Hey, so in this video, we're going to be doing a comparison between the two biggest online marketplaces in the world, Amazon and eBay. If you're looking to get into e-commerce, if you're particularly looking at the reselling aspect of it and going into that sort of business, then you'll be at this crossroads. You'll be in this dilemma of, which platform do I go with? Amazon and eBay. They're two of the biggest, as I say, online marketplaces in the world. Which one is right for me? So this is what I'm going to be helping you decide in this video. So I put together a presentation for you with everything about Amazon, eBay, the advantages, some of the disadvantages as well, and ultimately helping you come to that decision, because I understand how tough that can be to decide when you are looking to get into this world. But trust me, the one that you pick that ticks more of the boxes will definitely be the right way to go, and you will find success in the path that you have chosen. So let's start off by finding out a bit more about these giants. So let's start off with eBay. It was established in 1995. It is the second most popular online marketplace, and it has remained that way for many years now. The first item ever sold was a broken laser pointer for $14.83. It originally, when it was first ever released, started off with the name of Auction Web, and it was only a couple of years later when they wanted to rename it something else. So I think it was something like Echo Hub or something like, I can't quite remember what exactly it was. It then became eBay. So yeah, it was a couple of years later when it became eBay, which is obviously what we've got today. It was the first online marketplace to adopt a bidding system, which it is best known for. There's an unusual collectibles category on eBay. eBay loves the weird and wonderful. Now I can't 100% remember the story, but it goes something like this. An example of some of the strange and amazing things that have been on eBay is someone once listed a fossil. This is going many, many years back. Someone once listed a fossil, and one of those sort of like nature history organizations came across the listing and found that it was the fossil of a species that they didn't even know existed. So it was a brand new discovery for them, which is awesome. I mean, if you look at, for example, TV and film memorabilia and stuff, there's some really interesting things on there. And I'm not talking about like prop replicas and stuff. Like sometimes you actually find some of the original bits and bobs used in films and shows and such, which is absolutely amazing. There's so many cool things that you can find on eBay. Yeah, it's currently worth $27.40 billion, which I mean is a staggering amount of money. Let's find out now a bit more about Amazon. It was established in 1994, so it's 1 year older than eBay. It is the first most popular online marketplace, and it has remained the king of online marketplaces for many, many years. I know that in current times you've got things like TikTok Shop and Temu and such, working their way up. I mean, even surpassing marketplaces like Walmart now, but Amazon has remained the dominant force for a long, long time. They invented the buy box, which is basically the place on Amazon where one will click add to basket or buy now. Whoever holds the buy box at that point of time will make the sell. So the buy box gets rotated around the sellers that are on that listing. And there's a couple of things you can do to help you influence your chances of getting the buy box. And obviously if you hold it at that point, obviously you can still be chosen individually, but if you happen to hold the buy box when someone clicks add to basket or buy now, then you make that sale. They are the inventors of the Kindle and Alexa. They launched a film and TV studio in 2012, and one of the biggest programs, which is actually one of my personal favorites that they've made so far, is the Fallout TV series, which again I've got to say is a wonderful show. Really love it. Prime Delivery has been around since 2005. They originally started out by offering 2-day delivery, and nowadays it is 1 day. And it is worth $1.96 trillion, which is an even more staggering amount to think about. Like, that is crazy. So, I think you can see part of why already Amazon is the biggest marketplace in the world. So let's look at some of the advantages of selling on eBay. So the bidding system is eBay's crowning jewel. It's what it's best known for. This means you can potentially sell items for a very high price, which can be the case. It's very accessible due to the majority of eBay being like used second-hand items. So, lots of sellers will start out with things that they just want to get rid of from around the house or garage, or, things that they've come across that are interesting. Like at a car boot and such, which they know that they could, potentially resell for a better price. And so that's why it's quite accessible, because it's something that literally anyone can pick up. There's no fees on pre-owned clothing. So the pre-owned clothing on eBay has been a thing that has grown and grown in recent years. You even see it now whereby they, particular segment of eBay is the thing that is featured as the sponsor for TV shows like Love Island, for example, which is massive. So yeah, there's no fees on pre-owned clothing. Sometimes eBay offers no fees on X amount of listings for certain time periods to encourage new sellers to join. So at the point when I'm recording this, actually, I've seen on eBay that from the 1st of July through to the 1st of August 2024, there's actually no fees on any listing that you want to put on eBay, and I think you can have up to 1,000, and obviously that only lasts for a month, but there'll be similar kind of like promotions that they run like that, whereby there's no fees or like they're really discounted or something like that. So it's to encourage new sellers to join. But overall, eBay has slightly lower fees than Amazon. It's not a massive difference, but it is slightly lower. Advantages of Amazon. So it has a fulfillment service known as FBA, whereby a huge chunk of the work is done for you and to a high customer satisfaction as well. So that comes in the form of, as I say, FBA, fulfillment by Amazon. So this is basically where you send your stuff to an Amazon warehouse once you've prepped it, and they will store it for you. And when a customer orders, they will dispatch it to the customer on your behalf, right? They'll also handle a large element of the customer service as well, so there's a lot less of that for you to do in terms of like messages, refunds, returns, things like that. Amazon will be the first line of communication for the customer in most cases. So basically half the work is done for you. FBA is something that you are charged additionally for, but half the work is done for you. So there's a massive advantage to having that. Also means that you can offer Prime on your listings as well, so you can get stuff to people the very next day, which is very attractive, which is another point that I mentioned down there. The buy box, as I explained, gives you a bigger chance of making sales. So if you hold the buy box, again, not only can people choose you individually on that listing, but if you hold the buy box, you make the sale. So that's why there's a bigger chance. Easy to get into as multiple selling routes are allowed. So you can be really flexible with how you go about selling on Amazon. So whether you do online arbitrage, so finding your products online, retail arbitrage, where you find your products physically in stores, wholesale, where you buy in bulk, private label, where you basically get an established product and you add your own sort of like branding to it. Whether you do FBA, so whether you have Amazon fulfill your stuff, or FBM, so whether you do it yourself. Selling new and or used, there's multiple routes you can take with selling on Amazon. There's no 100%, oh yes, you've got to do it this way to be successful to even sell on Amazon. Nope, there's multiple ways that you can do it, and you can do it in a way that fits in with your lifestyle very nicely. Amazon Prime is a huge attraction for customers. Who doesn't want their stuff as soon as possible? So the fact that, Amazon Prime is the thing and people can get this stuff the very next day, that's part of why Amazon is as big as it is. It is the biggest and highest rated online marketplace, so it speaks for itself there. Let's now go into some of the disadvantages of eBay. Of course, we need to look at the flip side of everything to fully understand what it is that we'd be getting into. So there is no buy box. There's nothing like an add to basket or buy now. There's nothing like that. So, you have to focus on being the person that stands out the most when someone looks up something. You don't join a listing, which is kind of like my next point. You have to try harder to stand out amongst competitors. So on eBay, if you list, say, Super Mario, a Super Mario like Nintendo Wii game or something like that on eBay, when someone looks up that particular game, there's going to be however many pages worth of results, and they're going to be looking at the exactly same item listed by lots and lots and lots of different people, and you basically have to make yours look the most attractive in multiple senses, and then you have to rely on someone choosing you to make the sale. Whereas on Amazon, you just join an existing listing. So if you look up something on Amazon, you don't have lots and lots and lots of results for the exactly the same thing. You just join an existing listing, and then people, they can choose you individually, or if you hold the buy box, then you make the sell. So it's a massive advantage that Amazon have over eBay. eBay don't have a buy box, and standing out is a lot harder on eBay, whereas on Amazon you just join a listing, so you don't have to work as hard to basically stand out compared to everyone else on the listing. The bidding system, whilst it can potentially make you sell at a really high price, you can also sell for a very undesirable price, and there's nothing you can do about it. Once you get something bidding, if it's going to sell for a really low price, you have to honor that, right? If someone's going to pay 99p for something that you think is actually worth a hell of a lot more, then there's nothing you can do about it if they win it at 99p. Scammers and shady sellers are more likely to be found on eBay, as the rules, verification process, etc. are not as tight as Amazon. So Amazon are quite strict when it comes to policing the platform, making sure people are abiding by the rules and such. The verification processes and all that are a lot more intricate. So it means that you're not going to have as many scammers and shady sellers, whereas on eBay, yes, there's still rules in place, there's still verification things in place, but it's not as tight as what Amazon have, basically. So you're more likely to find people like that on the platform. Doesn't offer a fulfillment service like Amazon does. There's no like fulfilled by eBay or anything like that. It's just you have to set up getting the items to the customer yourself. So it's about finding a good courier that can do the work for you and get the items to the customer as quickly as possible, because again, that's what makes your offer more attractive. Disadvantages of Amazon: there are slightly higher fees, though it really does depend if you are doing FBA or FBM. Obviously, if you're doing FBM, which is where you fulfill the product yourself, you don't have those FBA fees because Amazon aren't doing half the work for you, therefore you don't have to pay them. But if you are doing FBA, there's going to be extra charges for having Amazon fulfill the stuff for you. So something you have to factor into account when you do your deal analysis. Amazon themselves sell on many listings, and can be more dominant on some than others. There are listings out there whereby Amazon, it is their listing to rule, basically. And other sellers on there find that they don't get very much hold of the buy box and such. That's not all of them, by the way. It's just some of them where Amazon are a bit more sort of like dominant on those listings. Amazon have been known to be slightly shoot first, ask questions later, which I think is kind of what gives a little bit of some of the reputations that it has in terms of policing their platform and such, because they are quite strict about it. And if you haven't done anything wrong, then it can be quick to resolve. But if someone has done something wrong, I mean, you as another seller would be glad to have Amazon deal with it. Someone's done something wrong because it's unfair on everyone else selling on the platform, it's unfair on customers. So yeah, they can be known in some cases to be slightly shoot first, ask questions later. There's no bidding system on Amazon, so if you really like the fact that people can bid on stuff, if you like that auction type thing, then obviously Amazon doesn't have it, and it's slightly more favoring of new items. People can still sell used. There is quite a large used user base on there, particularly when it comes to used books and things. That's quite popular on Amazon and a good way of getting into it. But new items is a bit more of the way to go with Amazon, which is why reselling is much more popular. There's also plenty of softwares to help you out with both. So you've got really well-established tools for Amazon. There's more tools for Amazon than there are for eBay, just because of the way that both work. So with Amazon, if you're doing deal analysis, you've got BuyBot Pro, which is the original. It's the first and best deal analysis tool. It basically tells you everything you need to know about products that you're looking at, and then some, so you can make really good purchasing decisions. There's more in there, like a VA monitoring system there. So that VA stands for virtual assistant, by the way. So if you have anyone that works with you in your Amazon business and you get them to do deal analysis as well, you can monitor what they're doing and what deals they're looking at. It's got a wholesale function. So if you do wholesale and you're buying in bulk, you can upload your wholesale sheets to BuyBot Pro. And it will basically analyze the entire sheet and tell you which products are the best ones. Profit Protector Pro, so it's a repricing tool that automates the entire repricing process. So you set a minimum price and a maximum price on your products, and it will move between the two using clever algorithmic AI powered repricing strategies, and it basically boosts your sales and your profits on items. You got Skewerify, which I recommend. It's effective inventory management and profit analytics tool. So things like monitoring the cost of goods, expenses in your business. If you have any items that you need to seek a reimbursement on, it will let you know how much money you're making. You've got Sellability, which is a powerful sourcing software that makes sourcing quicker and easier. So instead of rummaging around through a website for hours trying to find a deal, Sellability will scan through whichever website you choose within a matter of minutes and give you a list of all of the profitable deals from that retailer. And here are some softwares that can help you with eBay. As I say, there's not as many that are available out there. There's more for Amazon, but that doesn't make the quality of them any less at all. And obviously they do cover essential functions and can really, really, really help you out. So if you are looking to get into eBay and you want to know if there's softwares that can help you with certain things, then don't worry, there is a wide variety. But some examples that I've got here is Zik. So that's a product research tool. So it basically helps you, find products and gives you like analysis information about the products that you're looking at, just that way you can make a good purchasing decision. You've got Street Pricer, so it's automated repricing for eBay listings. So yeah, repricing tool for eBay. You set a minimum and a maximum price. It'll automate the entire repricing process for you. You've got SellFreak. So this is Amazon to eBay dropshipping software. It automates several business functions as well, and there's a lot that it has. So you can sort of like auto list with it. You can, view sort of like profit analytics and such. There's so much that SellFreaks does. It's kind of like an eBay hub, if you like. So there's a lot that you can do through that bit of kit. So in conclusion, Amazon or eBay, you can technically do both. You don't have to do just one or the other. You can do both. But ultimately, you'll probably want to know which one should be your primary focus. And it really does depend on what you've gotten from this video, what you assess about each platform that you like, which one ticks more boxes for you. It's wise as an Amazon seller to have other marketplaces on standby in case, for example, you buy too much stock and you need to get rid of it elsewhere. So you could, primarily be an Amazon seller, but also have an eBay account. So yeah, if that example that I just gave then was to come true, then you have another platform to, sell stock and hopefully make your money back and then some. Amazon is bigger in multiple aspects and offers more chances to make sales. Sure, the policies and rules are maintained in a tighter fashion, but this means people with bad intentions can't really prevail. So it is safer as well. Though eBay is great for secondhand and the bidding system can work really well as well. Like with the bidding system, you can actually get quite high with some of your listings and make a nuts amount on things that you're selling. So the bidding system can work amazingly. And if you are focused on secondhand and used, then eBay is obviously, the best known platform for that sort of thing. The fact that there is FBA, the buy box and so forth is why Amazon should probably be your primary marketplace if you're seriously looking into making a living from e-commerce. Amazon just offers more. It's a bigger marketplace, and in terms of like actually listing your products and stuff, it's not going to be as competitive as eBay. But eBay, of course, can be a good complement besides selling on Amazon. But of course, as I say, if secondhand and used stuff, and you like the auction side of eBay, then eBay is going to be the one for you. But if everything else I've said about Amazon ticks more of the boxes, then obviously Amazon's going to be the right way. As I say, you can technically do both. I would recommend primarily going for an Amazon route and then having eBay on the side in case you need it. But yeah, make your decision from this video. Hopefully I've given you a lot of insight into both platforms and helped you make your decision. What I've said here is basically just my opinion, and hopefully it's one that is also useful for your decision. And yeah, hopefully it's helped overall. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you soon.